Well, welcome everyone to the public council meeting for the town of Conception Bay South for May the 6th. And we'll start this meeting as we start all of our meetings with the land acknowledgement. The town of Conception Bay South would like to respectfully acknowledge the territory in which we gather as the ancestral homelands of the Beothuk and the island of Newfoundland as the ancestral homelands of the Mi'kmaq and Beothuk. We also respectfully acknowledge Labrador as the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Innu of Nitassinan, the Inuit of Nunatsiavut, and the Inuit of Nunatuavut. We strive for respectful partnerships with all the peoples of the province as we search for collective healing and true reconciliation, and we honor this beautiful land together. Next up is the adoption of the meeting agenda for tonight. Will be moved by Councillor Hillier and seconded by Councillor Butler. All in favor? Contrary minded? Here we go. There. Next up, we have adoption of the meeting minutes from the last public council meeting of April 15th, and they're going to be moved by Councillor Hardy and seconded by Deputy Mayor Goss. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Contrary minded? And they are carried. Visitors' presentations and petitions, and tonight we have 3 proclamations, and the first proclamation is World Ovarian Cancer Day, and that's Councillor Christine Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. Proclamation World Ovarian Cancer Day, May 8, 2025. Whereas ovarian cancer has no early detection testing, and whereas ovarian cancer symptoms are often confused with other less severe illnesses, and whereas ovarian cancer has the lowest survival rate of all female cancers, and whereas as many as 23% of women with ovarian cancer have an inherited genetic mutation, and whereas genetic testing is a way to identify people at high risk before they develop ovarian cancer. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Christine Butler, Councillor of the Town of Conception Bay South, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, May 8, 2025, World Ovarian Cancer Day. I encourage all citizens of the Town of Conception Bay South and the province to talk to their health providers about ovarian cancer and seek to learn more about the disease. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Butler. Councillor Hardy, I believe you have the next proclamation.
Yes, Your Worship. Proclamation for Safety and Health Week, May 5th to the 9th, 2025. Whereas governments, employers, and workers across Canada will take time out of their normal activities to promote the importance of preventing injury and illness in the workplace and at home. Whereas the goal of Safety and Health Week activities and events is to focus the attention on the important topic and encourage them to equip themselves with tools, information, and knowledge, and to educate each other with positive attitudes and behaviors that will convey commitment and confidence at work, at home, and in the community. Whereas the Safety and Health Week logo, 3 hands forming an equilateral triangle, symbolizes joint venture, cooperation, and commitment to the goals shared by all occupational health and safety partners. Therefore, I, Councillor Melissa Hardy, do hereby proclaim May 5th to the 9th, 2025 to be Safety and Health Week in the Town of Conception Bay South. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hardy. And the final one I have here is a proclamation for Municipal Awareness Week for May 5th to 11th. So whereas municipal governments responsible for the provision of services that enhance the quality of life of its citizens, and whereas dedicated mayors, councillors, and staff are essential for the effective governance of municipalities, and whereas collaboration, partnerships, and citizen involvement are essential for active, sustainable, and vibrant communities. And whereas it is fitting and proper to recognize and encourage the contribution of all who work diligently for the improvement of our municipalities, therefore be it proclaimed that May 5th through 11th, 2025 be known as Municipal Awareness Week in municipalities across our province and right here in Conception Bay South. I hereby declare May 5th to 11th as Municipal Awareness Week here in our town. And of course, by doing that, I want to express my thanks to all the staff and the people that work together here collaboratively to make this a great town and a great place to live and a great place to do business, and thank them for their efforts. It's a place that we have a lot of pride in, and a lot of that has to do with our staff and our workers and the people that help build this municipality from the inside, I guess, from the municipal government inside. So thank you to all of them, and of course to our colleagues across the province that we work with collaboratively as well on many things. Okay, new business. So I'm starting on my right, which would be Deputy Mayor Andrea Goss.
Thank you, Mayor Bent. Couple of things I want to bring, make mention of this evening. First of all, I want to say, extend congratulations to Theatre CBS on their recent wins at the Provincial Drama Festival in Corner Brook, which was at the end of April, I think it's 27th. And they were pretty excited. They were nominated for 8 awards, and they won in 3 categories. They won Best Set and Best Lighting and Best Production for their production of Duckish, which they performed in Corner Brook. And this is pretty big for Theatre CBS and for our community. We're pretty proud of this group, and just want to extend congratulations on behalf of all of council. And watch, they got some productions coming up in the coming months, so I look forward to seeing that. I want to make mention of, last week was National Volunteer Week, and I just want to make mention of someone who won a very prestigious award in Conception Bay South. Noreen Taylor she was recognized by the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Newfoundland and Labrador as the Provincial Volunteer of the Year. She's been deeply involved in the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and she's very involved in her community. I hardly go to an event where Noreen is not there volunteering in one way or another. So, you know, seniors events, community events, whatever we have on the go, Winterfest, whatever's on the go, Noreen is usually there if she can be there at all to help out. So congratulations to Noreen Taylor. It's nice to see her get the recognition for all the time and energy and her, you know, all the efforts she puts into the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I just, thinking about people who volunteer and great things happening in our community, I want to just take a moment to congratulate our CBS Baseball Association, who were recipients. It was announced Sunday that they were recipients of the Jays Cares 2025 Field of Dreams grant. So they're one of 15 organizations to receive a grant for to improve the facilities. It's about providing youth with a safe and inclusive space to develop crucial life skills, learn from positive role models, and foster a sense of belonging within their communities. And this will be to Conception Bay South's Stony Hill Baseball Diamond will be the facility that will be upgraded. So this will make a big difference to baseball in Conception Bay South. And I just want to congratulate the association, the president, Todd Powell, who put a lot of work into it. They got a super executive, and they're very excited. And Mayor Bent and Councillor Butler and I were there on Sunday afternoon for the big announcement, and they had you know, a lot of kids there representing the club and parents, and it was a really good vibe. It was pretty exciting. So congratulations, CBS Baseball Association. Thank you, Mayor Bent.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Councillor Hillier.
Yes, Your Worship. Just want to take a few minutes this evening to talk about Occupational Health and Safety Week and our efforts to create a safe and work environment for our employees, as Councillor Hardy just referenced a little earlier. On Monday, April 28th, the flags at the Conception Bay South Monument of Honour and Station 1 were flown at half-mast to recognise the National Day of Mourning and remember workers who were injured or lost their lives while at work. National Day of Mourning is not only a day to remember and honor those injured or lives lost due to a workplace accident, but to also renew our commitment to improve health and safety in the workplace and prevent further injuries, illnesses, and fatalities. And Your Worship, unfortunately, in 2024, 26 people lost their lives due to work in Newfoundland and Labrador. This week is also Safety and Health Week, as I said, as Councillor Hardy just referenced. And a number of initiatives are planned here at the Town Hall and throughout our town. For example, there are 2 days of mental health awareness training happening yesterday and today for our managers, as well as a lunch and learn on the same topic later this week for all employees. Public works staff and equipment operators in particular are having a lunch and learn today at the depot, in which the fire department are going to host a refresher session on what to do should a fire occur while operating a vehicle and the use and operation of portable fire extinguishers. So that's, I guess, specific to Safety and Health Week, but we have an ongoing program among our employees that goes on as a focus all year long. For example, we have an increased focus on incident reporting and keeping track of incidents that happen here in the town. We have an increased focus on musculoskeletal injuries. This includes mandatory stretching at key times throughout the day. We've introduced post-incident drug and alcohol testing. The introduction of field-level risk assessments. And basically what that means is that employees have basically understand and document the risks associated with a job prior to undertaking it. And something as simple as backing into parking spaces for better visibility. Your Worship, all incidences are tracked and data is used to inform our future activities. Several times a year, this data is brought to Council for review and discussion, and we've all certainly seen the reports that our senior staff have brought forward. I might add, Your Worship, that councillors also do a safety moment at our committee meetings, and while we're not out in the field, these safety moments take many forms, but help us to stay focused on safety. For instance, I know last year, not mentioning any councillors' names, but there was an incident with a ladder, and in a subsequent meeting, that particular councillor did a session on ladder safety. And my understanding is that that councillor has not had any problems with ladders ever since. So, Your Worship, this permeates our entire system. And just to conclude, Your Worship, I'd like just to thank our union staff and our management staff for their attention, for their continued attention to this very important work within our town. Oops.
Thank you, Councillor Hillier. Yeah, absolutely. Safety is a team effort. Oh, you got more?
I've got another one if you want.
Oh, no, you go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Your Worship, our church is hosting a flea market this coming Saturday. St. John the Evangelist Anglican Church in Topsail, Your Worship. We're hosting a flea market, and you're all certainly welcome to drop off items on Thursday and Friday and come back and buy them on Saturday. So last week, Your Worship, I sent out an all call for volunteers. All the usuals responded. All except Philip. He's been past 10 days and he's already missed. Our church and the town has lost a selfless volunteer and friend 2 Sundays ago, and I just certainly, again, like to pass on condolences to Stephanie and her family. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hillier. I don't think that we can speak long and enough about what Philip Gavelle meant to our community and to all of us, and to the people that knew him and his family, of course. And we wish Stephanie and the family all the best at this very trying time. She reached out today to respond to the condolences we offered from our family and council. And I know that she has an incredible family network and friend network, and that are supporting her and keeping her up and keeping them up. And that's the most important thing. But Philip, you mentioned, was a selfless volunteer, an incredible piece of art, gem in our community that he had so much input in down at Chamberlain's Park. And we're so very, very thankful for all he has done for our community and his community. And I know and I suspect that we'll be gathering down in Chamberlain's Park sometime in the future to do something a little more proper. And anyways, thank you, Councillor Hillier. Okay, Councillor Hardy.
Yes, thank you, Your Worship. Just a couple of things to bring forward this evening. Like Councillor Hillier talked about earlier about the National Volunteer Week. I lead the breakfast club at Upper Gullies Elementary. So last week, every day, kids in the school were bringing down cards to the breakfast club. So I just want to do a big shout out to all the kids at Upper Gullies Elementary School and all the parents, just to let them know they're raising fabulous kids. The please and thank yous, the cards, they were coming in. Thank you, I was hungry today and I really appreciate you feeding me today. Like, those are the things that makes volunteers come back. It's the small things. You don't do it for pay or anything. You do it because you're making a difference in your community. So I just appreciate any volunteer, whatever capacity that is. Also with the Safety and Health Week, it's a really good reflection too. It's a great time in this time of the year. It's the early part of May that you have this Safety and Health Week. A lot of businesses and big companies now are getting ready to start construction season. So it's almost like that little bit of a pause before you go into these big seasons. So I know it's always very timely for businesses. So just take that extra step by step back, look at the work you're doing, make sure you're doing your tailboards, look at your procedures, because those are the things that make all your workers go home safe at the end of the day. So I think it's very timely each year. From the engineering and public works perspective, we had a really good turnout at our bulk garbage pickup last weekend. Just want to let residents know we still have 2 more coming up in May. I know there was a bit of a wait, which just shows that residents, they enjoy the program, but we still have 2 more bulk garbage pickup days in May. But the curbside bulk garbage collection, you can still do those for folks or residents who are not able to get to the dedicated days that we do have in May. You just call into the town and get an appointment booked for yourself. And right now the staff are currently booking in June. So just be mindful of that when you are calling in. And the last one here, from a Ward 4 perspective, I have had some residents reach out to me, just looking to get a quick update on the Seal Cove Bridge. Just want to let residents know the tender is going to be going out in the next couple of weeks, and we anticipate the work that'll begin when the school closes up at the end of June. So yeah, just be a little bit mindful of that. We are working on the getting it replaced, and if there is any small patchwork that needs to be completed, certainly reach out to the town, and we'll certainly have our staff address any of the small issues we can. So that's it for me, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hardy. Councillor Butler.
Thank you, Your Worship. Last week I attended a beautiful afternoon of music, and everything went off, so you wanted to really hear me. It was called In This Together. It was an afternoon of song by the young students of Ovation Music Studio here in CBS, and all the funds raised at this particular event were for the Janeway Children's Hospital. What a beautiful afternoon, and all the kids were like probably 4 years old to 13, and they had different group songs, solos, and it was just a beautiful afternoon at the Salvation Army CBS Corps. It's such a lovely place to have it, and it was full and was very enjoyable. And thank you to them for doing that for the Janeway. Brandon Joy, we all know who Brandon is. Well, he came home with a gold again there a couple of weeks ago. Team Canada won the International Blind Hockey Championships. So congratulations to Brendan and the team. And also congratulations to Queenie Pioneers, who won the Royal Newfoundland Regiment Memorial High School Tournament on the weekends. Apparently, it's the largest tournament that's held in the province, and talking to one of the moms earlier, they were quite pleased and very happy, and it was a wonderfully organized and a wonderful way to remember. Let me see. Senior Spring Fling. I actually had people reaching me up today wanting to know why it's canceled. It's not canceled, it's just postponed. We will be having it, and maybe in June the weather might be a little better for it, you never know. So when the date and the time is announced, we'll certainly have it on the social media. And just to end off, I too want to extend my condolences to Stephanie and her family. Chamberlain's Park would not be Chamberlain's Park without the Gavels behind us. And I know all the other volunteers too, but we certainly say that Philip was certainly a big part of what we have. God bless him, and my condolences. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Butler. Yeah, for the spring fling, it's still spring until June 21st or 20th, isn't it? Yeah. It was 21st when I was a kid. Now it seems to be the 20th or something. So it's changing, I guess. Time is disappearing on us. Just a shout out to the Kiwanis Minor Baseball. They put together the application. The town supported them for the Jays Foundation, and they come up as big winners. And we had a great time on Sunday with the kids and the volunteers and the parents of the group, the Raiders down at I think Shenanigans, and waiting to see the announcement at before the Jays game on Saturday. So congratulations to them. Work has already started up there, by the way. There's excavators and everything. The infield's tore up and they're getting the work done. But one of the great things about this project, and it is being done with the financial support of the town as well, it's part of the program. But one of the great things that's happening is they're upgrading it so that it makes the field more accessible for people to get up there. And it's sometimes, climbing stairs. Some people see stairs as access and some people see stairs as barriers. So not any longer, there's going to be proper access for people to be able to get up and enjoy the field up there, enjoy the games, and get out and see the young ones and the old ones playing the game and having a bit of fun. So that's really nice. So it's great to have that upgrade to that facility up there. It's been a long time, I think, since it's had an upgrade. The old clubhouse looks like it needs some help, so it's going to get some. I was very pleased to be able to drop the puck at the provincial under-11 hockey tournament out at CBS Arena. I think it was the weekend before last. Great to see teams in from across the province competing, and of course, it was the kind of the end to the year because it's Easter week is the end of the hockey season generally in all of Newfoundland and Labrador, and we're very proud to be able to host tournaments right here in Conception Bay South. It's great to see everybody out having a great time. They got a great group of volunteers out there, so hats off to all of them. Smile Cookie Week, is it over yet? No, yeah. Finished Sunday, and that's sad. That's sad. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, I was happy to go out and join a recipient of some of the funding from here in Conception Bay South. The Down Syndrome Newfoundland Labrador group were out, and it was great to join them. And Shaughnessy Gallagher from Tim Hortons are great sponsors of community events and sports and organizations, and thank them for that. I'm not sure how many they sold this year, but I think last year they sold around 12,500. So that's a lot of cookies in CBS, hey? Theatre CBS, yeah, a big congratulations. And one of the wonderful things about this award-winning show is that this is based on the books by Tom Daw, who is a Conception Bay South's Tom Daw, and they brought them to life, the stories of the fairies and so forth that he put together, and it turns out that it's an award-winning effort by all those involved, and we congratulate them. They went all the way out to Corner Brook for the provincial drama festival and did excellent, and I think we're going to see them here in Chambers maybe next time around, hopefully, anyway. I just also want to make mention that on Friday the 9th, which is only 3 days away, I guess, this Friday is the Spirit of Alex and Riley Food Drive event being held here in CBS, and they hold it annually they hold it at the Salvation Army. You can drop off food items or donations to the food drive from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Down at the Salvation Army facility here in CBS, just down the road. And of course, this food drive has brought in tens of thousands of pounds of food for our CBS Paradise Food Bank every year. It just stocks the shelves, overstocks them, and it's a great event. So anyone that can drop something by or even make a financial donation, please do. And I believe that there's a way to do that. Louise Mercer, of course, Alex and Riley's mom, puts stuff on Facebook, and I think you can send donations to Louise as well, and they'll use that to buy food. So please get out and support that. Also, you may notice we're a little slim for numbers here this evening. Some of our councillors are away on business and some for pleasure, but I just want to say congratulations to the new MP for the District of Avalon here. Paul Connors, our colleague for a few years for sure. I've been on 2 councils with Paul, and he was successful in the federal election, and we wish him all the best in representing Avalon into the future, and congratulate him. And of course, his chair will sit empty now, I guess, for the next couple of months until we have an election, and we'll fill them all again, and away we'll go. But hats off to Paul. We look forward as a council to working with him. And as the largest municipality in Avalon, we expect to do fairly well for our riding and for our town through our partnerships with the federal government going forward. That is it. That's enough talking. Okay. The next thing up is other committees. Does anybody have anything from any other committee? And yes, Councillor Hardy, you do.
No, I just got the totals for the number for the Smile cookies. It's very near and dear to my heart, having it with the Newfoundland Labrador Down Syndrome Society. My niece Kate has Down syndrome, so all the money from 3 of the stores that Shaughnessy and Eric Shibler own is $39,351 is going to be donated to the Down Syndrome Society to go towards their programs. So huge thank you to all the residents, the businesses, and anyone in the area who certainly helped with getting those numbers so high. So I know it's a little bit higher than last year, so appreciate that. Thank you.
I think I may have put them over the top myself. I'm not sure, but I know Councillor Butler did really well. She brought in a whole slew of them here, I think, a week ago for a meeting. So that's excellent numbers. Anybody else have a committee to report on? I know we're not many of us here, but anyway, we'll move on then. So Finance and Administration, and I believe that's going to be Deputy Mayor Goss.
Yep, that's me. Just 3 items on the Finance Administration agenda this evening. First item 6A is a policy update, council and management travel policy. Be it so resolved that the council and management travel policy be adopted as presented, so moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Hillier. Discussion?
No discussion?
No, just an
No, it's just-
update to the policy.
Update, just changing the authority to towns and local service district acts, that it was from Municipalities Act. Yeah.
Okay,
No?
we're still updating those.
Removes the need to come to council for travel within the province.
Oh, yes, travel within the, yes, that's right, yeah. So the only requirement to change to requirement of council approval, change to outside the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. So any travel within the province for conferences and trainings and whatnot does not have to come to council for approval.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Okay, well, there it is. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Okay, carried.
Next item is 6B, policy, disability management and attendance. Be it so resolved that the Disability Management and Attendance Support Program Policy be adopted as presented.
Seconder, Counselor Hardy, discussion.
This is a policy that is really it's necessary for the town as an employer to have a clear plan and to assist managing absenteeism in the workplace. The proposed policy will assist supervisors with their employees, as well as ensuring that employees are treated equally throughout the organization.
Any other comments on this one? Yeah. It lays out a plan for managers and employees so that everybody knows how things will be dealt with and
Exactly.
and ahead of time, and so that
The
everybody's
expectations and, yeah.
treated fairly and equally within the workplace, which is the proper thing to do. So pleased to have this. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
And 6C is donation request, Atlantic Planners Institute. Be it so resolved that approval be given to be a silver sponsor for the Atlantic Planners Institute Annual Conference to be held in St. John's from October 22nd to the 24th, 2025. Funds available and count as presented.
Seconder, Counselor Butler, discussion.
This is an annual conference, and they're hosting here in St. John's, and it's for the Atlantic Planners Institute, so that's planning. Everything planning will be happening at this conference. It's a very important conference. As you know, anything planning is important. Progressive planning, climate change, all kinds of really important topics get discussed. Lots of great networking, and because it's in St. John's and so close to us, it's important for us to be a sponsor there and be at the table.
Yeah, and it helps make these things possible for planners and to ensure that they can get together and discuss all the wonderful things, the way our communities are going to grow and the way they're going to grow into the future, for sure. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
That's everything for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And next up, we have Planning and Development. I believe Councillor Hillier, you're leading the way.
Number 8A, Breeze Place. Be it so resolved that in accordance with sections 10.7 and 10.11.2 of the town's development regulations, approval number 5025 for a hobby farm with 4 chickens at 10 Breeze Place be approved on condition that the applicant submits a manure management plan registered with the Provincial Farm Premises ID program, obtain permits for accessory structures related to the hobby farm use, and that no roosters be permitted on the property. So move.
Do we have a seconder? Yes, Councillor Butler. Any further discussion? No roosters.
No
All in
roosters.
favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Carried.
Number 8B, 963 Conception Bay Highway Business Application. Be it so resolved that in accordance with section 10.7 and 10.17 of the town's development regulations, application number 4989 received on February 25th, 2025, proposing to operate an automotive service business at 963 Conception Bay Highway be approved, subject to necessary permits being obtained for any renovations required to accommodate the business operation, and on condition that should the applicant wish to pave the existing gravel parking lot in the future, it must be designed and constructed in accordance with the town's development regulations. So moved.
Seconder, Councillor Hardy. Discussion?
Yes, Your Worship, this is an application for a business coming forward to a property that we worked through a rezoning process over the last several months.
Anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? That is carried.
No. Your Worship, I'm actually losing my motion on this one. Okay. No. You have yours there? some reason. This White Hill Pond Quarry development. Be it so resolved that in accordance with section 10.7 and 10.27 of the town's development regulations, application number COM-24-106 received on August 28, 2024, proposing to develop a sand and aggregate quarry approximately 300 meters northeast of White Hill Pond, be approved, subject to approval from the Water Resources Management Division of the Department of Environment and Climate Change. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Deputy Mayor Goss, discussion?
Am I good now? Okay. Looking to amend the motion for this application. Be it so resolved that in accordance with council's discretionary authority under section 10.7 of the town's development regulations, application number COM-24-106, received on August 28, 2024, proposing to develop a sand and aggregate quarry approximately 300 meters northeast of the White Hill Pond, be refused. Whereas there has been no cumulative impact assessment completed to address the potential effects, there's going to be increased quarry activity in the White Hill Pond area. These include potential impacts on the waterways, wetlands, traffic access, and site reclamation related to a potential quarry developments in the vicinity. So moved.
Do we have a seconder to the amendment? Councillor Butler, discussion?
Right now, there's currently 3 operating quarries in a small vicinity there, and then we have 1 on standby plus this new application. So we just want to make sure we're doing the due diligence to make sure if there's any impacts that we're aware of the stuff that we'd like to have addressed in the vicinity. Not to say, if it comes back and everything is in line with where we would like it to be, that the council is not in favor of having a quarry there. We just like to have the information first.
Any further discussion?
Your Worship, as Councillor Hardy indicated, there are 3 working and 1 pending there at the time. And in that same general area, though outside of the town's boundary, when those came forward for development, the province asked us if we had any comments. And really, the only comment we could make was, we don't want to see this filling up anymore with quarries. Before we go any further with this, we need to do a comprehensive study on the environment, access, and so on, waterways in that area. And now this one has come forward that's inside our own boundary, and I think we need to do that due diligence even more so that it's in our town. If this one goes in, we'll have something like a contiguous 2 kilometers of quarries potentially in that area.
Any other comments? I'll just finish up. I have the same concern, and we've been saying this with every application that's come along. We've made our submission as a town to our feelings as to other quarries outside of our boundaries, and here we've got one inside of our boundaries, and to not request the same wouldn't be right. And I have a real concern with new quarries. And if there is any thought on council to move forward with new quarries, I don't think we can do so without an overall assessment that lays out exactly the impacts and the potential impacts of quarry development within the town. We've seen quarry applications come over the past number of months and different scenarios. Existing quarries, I'm not going to get in the way of business of people doing existing business, but there's no free pass for new quarries in CBS, as far as I'm concerned. I think that they have to meet a better standard. You know, we have a number of quarries are up and around our headwaters that unfortunately, and for some reason beyond my understanding, lie outside the town of Conception Bay South. It's something that should never have happened. And they in fact lie in the city of St. John's, and they have control over what happens up there, and I get that, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. So when we get one within our own boundaries, I think it's incumbent on us to do the due diligence, as you've said, Councillor Hillier and Councillor Hardy, and ensure that that if anything like this is going to happen within our town boundaries, we have looked back to see exactly what the impacts are and where things can go. I don't want to become quarry town if I don't have to, without doing the proper work. So based on our requests from the previous applications, we'll echo that here, and we'll ask that that be done in advance of an approval here, as far as I'm concerned. Anybody else have a comment before we go to the vote? So we're voting on the amendment. All in favor of the amendment? Aye. Contrary minded to the amendment? The amendment is passed. So the amended motion is passed. Okay, Councillor Hillier, you're up again.
Let's try that again. Be it so resolved that in accordance with policy 5.2.33 of the town's municipal plan, application number 5153, received on April 7, 2025, proposing to develop a single dwelling with a subsidiary permit and 1 Seal Cove Road, be approved. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Hardy, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? That is carried.
And that's all from, no, it's not all from planning, Your Worship. For some time now, we've been moving a file along slowly, the one dealing with the boundary change between Paradise and Conception Bay South. So we're down to the consultant stage now, and tomorrow night and Thursday night we have public hearings here in the town hall, hosted by the consultant, so that anyone who has any concerns or any information or would like to support this particular process, certainly free to drop in and express their opinions. And that's at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening and 7 o'clock on Thursday. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you, Councillor Hillier. Okay, next down to procurement. Who's doing procurement this evening? Is that you, Deputy Mayor? Yep.
Yep, that's me. Okay. 11A Recreation Complex Upgrades. Be it so resolved that approval be given to award Recreation Complex Change Room upgrades to Eastern Contracting for $431,397.20, including HST, funds to be taken from the capital project account. So moved.
Do we have a seconder? Councillor Hillier, discussion?
Yes, Worship, last year, our budget for this year, we allocated funds to do some upgrades there that we felt were much needed. And this project will include upgrades to the male, female, and family change room at the recreation complex. The upgrades will improve the overall space of each change room, making them more accessible, inclusive for all users.
Yeah, it's something that's something we're very pleased to be able to do.
Yeah,
upgrading the old facility over there for both male and female use in the current setup that's over there, and looking forward to having that done. Do anyone else have any comments on this one? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? That is carried.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor, and that seems to be the end of the agenda. So thank you, everyone, for your help over the last few weeks in getting to this point. And we'll start working on the next one now, and we'll be back again on May the 20th for the next public council meeting. And so I will ask for a motion for adjournment. Moved by Counselor Hardy, seconded by, nobody wants to leave, Counselor Butler. All in favor? Contrary minded? Carried. Thank you and good evening.